Hello everybody, this is Starman and welcome back to Let's Play Tex Murphy Overseer. Well, last time you'll remember we started investigating our case. We talked to the police, found out they definitely think that Carl Linksy committed suicide. We explored his house, found a domino set that seemed to point to some numbers that will be important for some reason. Interviewed Sylvia for a bit and found out that Carl was involved with a woman named Dolores Lightbody who hit upon us in a rather creepy way given that her boyfriend just killed himself, and found a lot of evidence that suggested that Carl was not exactly planning to kill himself. But Sylvia did go to the police and got his effects and some other things of interest, so let's take a look at that first. So we've got two keys. And what appears to be a safe deposit box key, or something that would have a number on it, locker key maybe.
The pain is unbearable. Linksy really wrote this. I'd like to find out exactly what he's referring to.
Like a pain in his head. I can't go any longer, the pain is unbearable. And unfortunately, we no longer have the Dear John letter, Dear Jane letter that he was going to send Dolores, because I'd love to see if the handwriting samples actually matched. But we've already cleared, got it, and let's see, wallet. That is a rather stunned driver's license picture, but nothing useful in the wallet. So we just have two keys, and we also have, you might recall, a locked desk upstairs we couldn't get into. I do love the music. And wait a minute, I left this door open before. Who's up here? Oh, nobody. It's just an automatically closing door. Alright, well, let's try the non-numbered key first.
Well, that won't work.
Okay, let's try the numbered key. That, oddly enough, does work.
Well, what do we have here? Appears to be a rental agreement.
And just for the sake of good form...
Empty. Empty. Well, there's not much in this credenza. Empty.
Empty, just like my soul.
Junk mail and an old computer manual.
Which is weird, because he doesn't have an old computer in here.
Sawdust is the only thing I'll find in here. Sawdust is the only thing I'll find in here.
Well, at least we got some variety on the nothing to be found notes this time.
From the looks of this, Linksy had a secret special place that he didn't want anyone to know about.
Yep, Golden Gate Warehouse. And I believe that just opened up that location for us. But I think we'll swing by the office first. Look up some of the new information that we've gotten.
What topic would you like us to research?
And we can ask about Arnold
A search
Sternwood.
for information on Arnold Sternwood has been initiated. What other topic would... A search for Carl Linksy has been... What other topic...
And in fact, I can space through this and advance the conversation a bit.
A search for North has... What other... A search for Carl has... What other...
And unlike Vanessa from Mean Streets, if we're searching for information that we can't get off the network, it just won't produce a fax for us.
A search for Blame has... What other... A search for Dolores... What other... A search for Dear Jane note has been... What other...
Yeah, we won't get anything on the Dear Jane note.
A search for Domino has been... What other...
But we can totally ask about
Search for
Domino's.
information on DeLeon Health Services. What other top? A search for Carl has what other top? A search for info chess. What other?
Okay, we asked about everything.
Thank you for using.
Grab the facts. And got a fair bit there. Let's see, we got something on Blaine Werner, Domino's, Dolores Lightbody, North Hill Clinic, and Arnold Sternwood. Let's see, Blaine Werner, born 2012, Tijuana, Mexico, graduated UCLA 2032, UCLA Medical School, intern at North Hill Clinic 2036, dismissed for unspecified reasons, history of mental problems, currently confined to Happydale Sanitarium. Small rectangular blocks of faces divided into halves, each marked with 1 to 6 dots or blank. A set of these, usually 28, are used to play various games. Let's see, Dolores Lightbody, 1999, built in Mill Valley, California, Little Miss California, 2004, Young Miss America, runner-up 2011, entered Overeaters Anonymous Rehab 2012. Graduated Wilson State College 2025, graduated Steve Young School of Law 2030, currently living in the Pacific Heights area, owns a small office specializing in probate law, has applied for marriage license 5 times, but no record of marriage. Yeah, you'll occasionally get a little bit of humor in this. Let's see, North Hill Clinic, established 2002, exclusive high-priced facilities, specializing in the care of publicity-shy celebrities. And Arnold Sternwood, born 1990, Atlantic, Georgia, married Glenda Short, 2007, graduated Georgia Tech 2011, degree in business administration, worked in personnel department at Georgia Tech 2011 through 23, becoming supervisor 2017, accepted position as head of administration at Cedars-Sinai 2017, accepted current position director of North Hill Clinic in 2033. And that has not opened up the North Hill Clinic for us yet. So the only other new option we have is Carl Linksky's warehouse.
Linsky's secret workshop was out by the spaceport in an old warehouse. The key from the manila envelope fit the lock and I stepped inside.
Was anyone there?
No, and I doubt anyone had been there since Linsky. The place didn't appear to have been searched, judging by all the interesting things I found.
Hint, 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 hint. Kidding aside, the whole idea of telling the story as a flashback with Chelsea prompting you is kind of a neat one.
A mattress. A filthy, stinking mattress.
What is it with this guy and collecting filthy, stinking mattresses? Did he have some kind of fetish?
I'm fairly
Wait.
certain these barrels should stay nice and closed.
Yeah, given the stained mattress fetish, definitely. And, oh yes, once again.
There's no key in the ignition. Even if there was, who cares? I have a speeder.
Hey, I want to make sure that nobody's going to try to kill me with a forklift.
Judging by the lack of dust on the box, I'd say it was opened fairly recently. Looks like a package of electrical doohickeys. Yeah, pallets. Yeah, pallets. Now, I'm no brain surgeon, but if I were, all these books might make sense. Linsky was obviously doing some heavy-duty research in this place. No brain surgeon, but if I were, all these books might make sense. This blanket's a pretty color.
If you like pink.
This cot is clearly inferior to the one I have. Must be hell to sleep on. And no wonder Linsky killed himself.
And yeah, we cannot click on that suspicious stain.
The pillow smells slightly of Brill cream. Bottle of pills.
That's a bad place to try and keep your pills. How would you sleep? Alright, let's go and take a look at...
The circuit conductor kit could come in handy if I ever need to repair a circuit grid. Hey, there's a first time for everything.
Yes, we will need to repair a circuit grid later.
Linsky must have had trouble sleeping. These prescription pills would knock out an elephant.
Yeah, if I had to sleep on that cot, I'd have trouble sleeping too. And I wonder if it'll let me do this now. Yes, it will. I now have a set of drugged bananas. There's no reason why I should have a set of drugged bananas, but eventually, spoiler, we will need a set of drugged bananas.
The letter looks like it could be interesting.
So I can't help but wonder how many people were playing this game and just randomly combining items in their inventory and then started looking for an opportunity to use the drugged bananas at some point.
Corkboard covered with drivel.
Note to self, don't eat the pecan pie. Grover was here, call Groder. Jane, 555. But we can move it.
A curious place to hide a note.
Gonna move that back, and
I need to get a water cooler like this for my office. Maybe someday.
a bit of a continuity joke there if you played under a killing moon.
Nothing in here.
For once, nothing in the trash can. Alright, let's take a look at those notes. Yeah, that's not a drugged banana. That's some drugs with a banana. Letter from Wanda Peck.
Well, this letter was written almost a year ago, and I'm guessing Linksy wasn't too happy to get it.
Yep.
If I can track down this Wanda Peck, maybe she can explain the context of the letter.
Yep. Dr. Linksy, this letter is to inform you that we are dropping the investigation. In accordance with our agreement, the plaintiffs have decided not to press charges as long as you agree to stay out of practice indefinitely. We appreciate your cooperation in this manner. So, something forced him out of practice recently.
Linksy didn't strike me as the sort of guy who'd use random profanity, no matter how mild. This may be a message or a code.
Yeah, hip SOB. And this is a bit of another hint in case you can't pick up on something else later, but if you've played Mean Streets, you know where this is going. That is, in fact, an anagram for bishop. And we're suddenly hearing traffic noise standing here for some reason.
This crate feels totally empty. I'll bet this computer is important, but it's got a security protect feature. I'll need to attach a passcard reader and use a security card with it before it'll operate. Top quality drafting table. I think I'd like to get into these drawers.
Oh my.
Nothing in here. I think I'd like to get into these drawers. I think I'd like to get into these drawers.
Okay, had to change the angle.
Direct deposit slips. I personally haven't seen any of these for quite a while. Newspaper clipping.
Alright, and
First aid kit. Heel aid. Nothing makes a boo-boo feel better.
yeah, and again, if you played Mean Streets, another little continuity nod to that, where you find something useful in a Band-Aid container. This is one of the things they did transpose from the first game, and hello.
Printout with a few notes added in Linsky's handwriting. A handwritten fax. Methinks I smell a lead.
Forsooth, doth we have a lead? And stand to our full height for this one. We'll stand on tippy toe.
In here. Just a bunch of packing boxes.
Odd place to keep a calendar.
Either Linksy lost track of time in a big way, or this was just his favorite month.
Huh.
The word safe is a misnomer whenever I'm on a job.
What were those numbers we had on the dominoes earlier?
Several items are inside the safe. I've seen this kind of thing before. It's a computer gizmo. The word safe is a misnomer whenever I'm on a job.
And... okay, we got quite a bit to go through there that I hadn't looked at.
I need to find out who was paying Linsky's tab.
Yeah, $20,000 credited, $20,000 credited, $20,000 credited on a weekly basis. Let's see, newspaper article. Accidental poisoning blamed in a woman's death. Today, police coroner Bash Daggett, another name from the old Mean Streets game. Released details concerning the death of C. Rona Morgan, 37. Ms. Morgan, a former employee of Gideon Enterprises and current CEO of M&T Consulting, died 5 days ago under mysterious circumstances, which were being investigated by the local police. The coroner's findings, however, seem to discount foul play. Odd spacing on that paragraph. All evidence points to a tragic, though simple, case of accidental poisoning. The victim appears to have ingested a small amount of extremely toxic substance. While the question of why is unknown, I find nothing to indicate that the ingestion was forced. Police have ruled Miss Morgan's death accidental after interviewing sources close to the victim, who insisted suicide was not a possibility. Why would Carl Linksy be interested in some other scientist having a mysterious death? I wonder. And we look at the heal aid can, and yep, looks like some pieces. Well, let's look at everything else first. Let's see, there's a fax.
Well, this fax raises a few questions. First, who's SF? Second, was he working for Linksy? And third, what was he doing? Sounds like he just might have been canceling some people's subscriptions to Life.
Yep, the first two on the list are dead. I have a lead on 3. We'll contact later.
That's a pass card reader. You attach it to a computer, then use a pass card on it. Well, this is a life insurance policy taken out by Carl Linksy. And the sole beneficiary is Sylvia Linksy.
The no-fault insurance company. And a project note.
I'm willing to bet this project of Linsky's figures prominently into the case. Not to mention whoever this Overlord character is.
Yeah, it says, you have been issued a specially designed computer, a pass card, and pass card reader for the duration of the project. These will be guarded carefully, as they are the only means of transmitting data to the central computer. A password will be sent separately and scrambled to minimize the risk of unauthorized access. To reiterate, this project is top secret. Non-disclosure is essential, and authorized communication will result in immediate termination. Project milestones must be met. Failure to do so will result in immediate termination. All data is to be transmitted via the pass card readers. No data is to be reserved in hard copy. Payment will be made to private accounts as discussed in the preliminary meeting. Association of any type with any others in the project is strictly forbidden. So yeah, somebody was trying to employ a lot of other people on this, and apparently there were 8 of them, because where are the other 7 working? Contact SF, and who is Overlord? And yep, time for another puzzle.
These cut-up pieces resemble a rectangular security card, but it looks like a piece is missing. I'm assuming Linksy did that on purpose.
Yeah. There is a piece missing, and we will need to find it, but after that, we get our favorite thing in the world, a sliding tile puzzle. But, yeah, we have found several interesting things, as promised in Tex's monologue before we came in here. I'm standing tall now. So let's go ahead and talk with Sylvia some more.
It sounds like you didn't find too many answers in Linsky's warehouse.
No, just more questions. As I headed home for the night, one theory after another pounded in my head. If Linsky killed himself, what was the reason? Because he was in debt? His apparent health problem, whatever that was? Something to do with Sylvia? Or if Linsky was murdered, who was behind it? Dolores, because she knew Linsky was gonna dump her? Sylvia to get the insurance money? Or was it someone else with a motive I hadn't even discovered yet?
Well, look who it is. Oh, look who it is. Tex Murphy, handsome PI on the case from hell. I bet you've solved this damn mystery by now, haven't you?
Oh, it'll take a few minutes.
But here I am. Sylvia Linsky, the bereaved client whose daddy took a dive into the San Francisco Bay. It sounds interesting, doesn't it?
Sounds like you've had too much to
Oh,
drink.
don't tell me I've had too much to drink. I have plenty to drink about, more than you know.
That's just the grief,
What do you know about grief? Huh? Is your daddy dead? Did your mom walk out on you before you could even pronounce your own name? Huh? I didn't think so. You know what it's like to be absolutely alone? That's what I am now, alone. I don't have anybody now.
Except for Jack Daniels.
Sylvia, I'm really sorry.
Don't pity me. I don't need you. I don't need anybody. Go away.
What you don't need is any more of this. What you do need is some Betty Pie.
Mr. Murphy, I'm surprised at you taking advantage of a woman who's had too much to drink.
Not tonight, Sylvia. I require my victims to be at least sober enough to sign a waiver. You passed that point a long time ago.
Don't you like me, Tex?
I like you. That's why I put you to bed. Now I'm gonna leave.
You're no fun. Not one bit.
Good night, Sylvia.
Good night. I like you too, Tex.
You're not gonna like anything in the morning.
You know, when we first met, it wasn't all that different from your night with Sylvia. But of course, you were the one that was sloppy drunk.
What? You talking about the Bastille Day celebration at the Bruin Stew? I wasn't that drunk.
Oh, no, we met before Louis' party. Don't you remember? Come on, sweetie.
Oh, I do remember something, but I thought that was a dream. It's all kind of fuzzy.
Okay, buddy. Come on. Time to go home. No.
Louie, one more.
Hey, let's get going, bud. Come on. Morning, you've got places to go. I've got... Oh, come on, guy. Get out of here. Look at what you've done to my stand.
I can get those.
No, I don't need your help.
Help you with that because
Get your hands off me, you pervert! Yeah, I guess that wasn't a very promising start.
Now I know why I don't remember. You punched me. I mean, my jaw hurt for a week and I never did figure out why. Well, it was kind of a down period in my life.
Well, things have gotten better. Haven't they?
Yeah.
Oh, but I'm dying to find out how you went from the starched depressed young PI to a puddle of drool. Let's hear some more about your story.
Well, you're making it sound so glamorous.
What did you do after you left Sylvia?
Well, the next morning, Dolores Lightbody contacted me. She had got an appointment with Arnold Sternwood out at the North Hill Clinic. And I went out to see him.
And I don't think anything actually comes out of this conversation apart from helping you close out a few
Mr.
leads.
Murphy, this won't take long, will it? I have an extremely full docket.
Ouch, good-natured bureaucracy, that makes two of us. Let's go with ouch.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Sounds very painful.
So, what can I do for you?
Yeah, no sense of humor. It'd be best to get right to the point, so of course we're not going to do that.
Well, I've always been fascinated by any kind of medical facility. Could you tell me about North Hill?
We offer every type of quality health care and are rated among the 10 best hospitals in the world.
Delicate question.
I don't want you to take this wrong, but do you think that any of the work that Carl Linksy was doing here at North Hill could have contributed in any way to his untimely death?
I understand you're investigating all avenues, but I don't think Carl's work is relevant. Confidentially, I'd try to determine whether Carl's daughter had something to do with his suicide. Whatever you do, don't let her get her hooks into you.
What's your problem? What's your point? You talking to me?
Yours sounds like the voice of bitter personal experience, Mr. Stern.
Poke,
I
poke.
happen to be a happily married man. I take exception to your inference. Now, I don't mean to be unaccommodating, Mr. Murphy, but I really do have urgent matters to attend to.
Look, sorry, can I just have a couple of minutes?
Okay, let's run through the list.
Carl worked here for 26 years. Over the past few years, his age forced him to give up surgery in favor of research. We were friends, though not extremely close. I was sorry to learn of his premature death. I can't give you any details regarding that.
Okay, boss didn't know about the insurance. Any idea who SF is?
I've never heard of it.
San Francisco?
I don't know who that is.
Okay, no idea who Rona Morgan is. Wanda Peck?
Miss Peck works for Capricorn. While I respect her professionalism and the ideas of the organization for which she works, I don't look back on our brief association with any fondness.
Yeah, and Capricorn, bit of a shout out to Under a Killing Moon. They were the spy organization that was trying to take down the Brotherhood of Purity.
About a year ago, Capricorn came to us, to Carl Linksy specifically, with allegations of unethical research practices. The charges were completely without merit. But Carl decided to take a voluntary leave of absence, and Capricorn decided to not pursue the investigation.
Yeah, so we're going to get to deal with them again this time.
I've never heard of it.
Okay, never heard of Overlord, whatever that is.
I can't give you any details regarding that.
Okay, don't know anything about the insurance.
I consider it an honor to work here in light of the clinic's well-deserved reputation. Until Ms. Lightbody contacted me, I was unaware that Carl had made North Hill a beneficiary in his will.
All right.
I assure you, Mr. Murphy, I had no part in the death of Carl Linksy.
All right. Blaine Werner.
Warner worked for us as an intern. He was fired as a result of his unprofessional behavior. I have no idea where he is now.
And yeah, that was a dead end in the original Mean Streets, and it's a dead end here. And that is the last we have to worry about. You'll note that after you get a conversation topic closed off, it'll disappear from off of your list if it's something that, okay, I don't need to ask anybody else about this.
I believe she was Carl's fiancée, as well as the executor of his will. I didn't know her prior to Carl's death. I've never heard of it.
Yeah, we can ask about the Dear Jane note.
I've been known to play chess on occasion, in those rare moments when I have time for leisure.
Yeah, dominoes has been taken off of our list as well. And we can ask him about De Leon Health Services.
That company supplies us with many technologically advanced medications, including what you might call anti-aging drugs. They're very much on the cutting edge in their field.
Okay, well, that's interesting.
Carl gave me no indication of being suicidal. Of course, I hadn't seen him in over 2 months.
And okay, what does he know about Sylvia?
That young woman is trouble. I won't burden you with the details. Suffice it to say that she has a way with older men and knows how to get what she wants. I don't want to seem rude, but I really do have many pressing engagements. Let's stick to business, shall we?
And yeah, like I said, you don't really get anything out of him apart from learning a little bit more about Capricorn and that Linksy was being investigated by them, but we kind of already knew that from the letter we found at the warehouse, and he also closes off the Blaine Werner line of investigation. But we got another new location to check out. We've got Capricorn itself now. I think we'll go ahead and swing by the office first to look up a few more names.
What topic would you like us to research?
And one nice new addition to the Overseer interface that I do like is that whenever you've asked somebody about something before, it puts a red check on it, so you save some time having to go through all of this. So
A search for information on Capra has what other... A search over has what
in
other...
fact, if I can hit space to
search car
jump
has what
through
other...
this.
A search has what other...
Now, of course, SF is
Thank you for
not
using-
going to bring up anything for us. And the only one we got was Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn, Civilian Agency for the Protection of the Rights of Individuals and the Creation of Order, Reason, and Neutrality. Established 2005, New York, New York. Satellite offices located in 44 cities worldwide. Privately owned and funded organization. Works in conjunction with local police, FBI, and Interpol. And unfortunately, they get destroyed by the villains in Under a Killing Moon. But that's about 4 years in our future. Maybe 5. Okay, so nothing too useful there. And no messages on the phone. And this is a good idea to come back here because you will also find mail on Tex's doorstep. But with that done, let's go ahead and check up on Sylvia.
Tex, let me apologize for last night. The things I said were 10% depression and 90% alcohol. Hopefully there's something I can do to make it up to you. If there's anything else you need, just ask.
She keeps throwing me these straight lines, but totally a professional act on them, and yeah. Okay, got quite a bit to go through that we had discovered from before, so let's start at the beginning.
I don't know what that is. If my father was planning on dumping Dolores, it wouldn't be a surprise. I never understood what he saw in her in the first place. My father loved chess. He used to say I'd be a good player, but I've never been interested in it.
And yeah, we can no longer ask about the Dear Jane letter.
She's a hideous woman. If she weren't handling my father's will, I would have nothing to do with her. As I said, My father's will is more trouble than it's worth. That's where my father worked. He was highly respected in his profession.
Except for the whole being investigated thing.
I'll admit, I could use the insurance money, but I doubt I'll ever get it. He runs North Hill Clinic. I don't know him very well, but I've seen him around. I've never heard of her.
And curiously, I couldn't look that name up before.
Doesn't sound familiar.
Okay, don't know who SF is.
So, you found the policy. Well, not that it's going to do me any good, but who knows? Maybe things will work out. I don't know what that is.
And finally...
My father had some kind of run-in with them a while ago, but he didn't give me any details.
Okay, well... Nothing new, but we did close off some avenues of investigation, so let's go ahead and check out Capricorn. And hello.
I dealt with Capricorn in one of my later cases, but this was the first time in the Capricorn building. I mean, the exterior was impressive, but what I saw inside was dynamite.
Some woman, I'd guess. Well, from your choice of metaphors, I don't think I'm going to like this part of the story very much.
Say...
Wanda Peck. How may I help you, Mr. Murphy?
Yep. Tried and true pickup line, flattering question, and immodest proposal.
I'm interested in what you people do here at Capricorn. I'm a Pisces, by the way.
We're a private organization that infiltrates and exploits any group whose intent is to infringe on civil liberties. I'm a Leo, by the way.
Say... Just making conversation, the ultimate cliche, a heartfelt proposal. Let's go, proposal.
So, will you marry me? I'm being deadly serious here.
I'm sorry, but I'm married to my work. But I'll take your offer as a compliment.
Don't give up just yet.
Could I at least take you out? I know this nice little bowling alley serves the best cheese fries in town.
Why don't you just tell me the reason for your visit?
Explain yourself, refer to your client's father, explain the case.
I'm a PI. I've been hired to look into the apparent suicide of a man named Carl Linksy. Your name was in his notes.
I read about Linsky's death. I was sad about it. But why do you want to talk to me? Take a seat.
Looking for a motive, looking for a lead, looking for love. I'm going to keep pushing this.
Okay. I admit this was a pretense, but I really wanted to get your attention.
Well, now that we've met, why don't we get down to the real reason you're here?
Yeah, this will go nowhere, obviously. But eventually you do get forced to get to business.
About a year ago, we were told that Mr. Linsky was conducting unethical practices on comatose and terminally ill patients at North Hill Clinic. I looked into the matter, but was unable to prove anything. Mr. Linsky voluntarily took a leave of absence, saying he had other projects to pursue, so we decided to drop the investigation. Capricorn's primary mission is to identify, then infiltrate organizations suspected of practicing extreme discrimination. These include everything from UFO cults to hate groups to unethical research scientists.
Nice group.
I keep hearing the word overlord, especially linked to the Law and Order Party. I don't know if it's a person, place, or thing, but it seems to represent a lot of power.
Well, that's useful.
We're putting a lot of our resources into investigating law and order. Their legal people make sure they don't cross the line publicly, but their ideology is pretty frightening to anyone with any intelligence or belief in human rights.
All right, SF?
I don't have any information on that. Never heard that name before.
Okay.
As the director of the clinic, he was understandably eager to avoid any scandal and was very helpful throughout our investigation of Carl Linksy. As you probably know, the clinic has an outstanding reputation. We were surprised when the allegations against Carl Linksy came up.
All right.
I play occasionally, but I like my sports a little more physical.
Damn us not being able to get anywhere with this woman.
Can't help you there. Never heard that name before.
And although we are really going to regret this,
I would prefer to keep our relationship strictly professional if you don't mind, but perhaps we can help each other out.
so yeah. Nothing much, but gonna never lead, at the very least. And because we have not bugged Eve in a while, we'll go and ask her about some of what we've uncovered.
Sylvia Linksy came by to pick up her father's personal effects. Must be nice having a job for a change.
Significant exaggeration, slight exaggeration, total exaggeration. Let's go for total.
Really is. She's paying me a small fortune, too. Do you want to know what it's like to make really good money?
With all the kickbacks, I make a pretty decent living.
Yeah. You're kidding about that.
You are kidding about that, right?
No, Lieutenant. I mean, we could sit here all day and trade friendly insults. And that might be pretty fun. But you know what I need right now? I need the help of an intelligent, knowledgeable, not to mention gorgeous policewoman right now.
You're not as charming as you think, Murphy. What do you want?
All right.
I haven't got any information on that. I don't play, if that's what you're asking. I've heard of it, but I don't have any privileged information about it.
Okay. Rona Morgan, that might be more helpful.
She was some sort of research scientist. Her family had us investigate her death, but we didn't find any evidence to indicate that it was anything but accidental poisoning.
And the number of scientists turning up mysteriously dead of suicide or things that could be suicide doesn't strike you as the least bit odd.
Never heard of it.
Okay, SF. There was the hope.
I haven't got any information on that.
Okay, no idea what Overlord is. Doesn't know Capricorn.
I don't meddle in politics, but I like most of what I've heard from the Law and Order Party. It's about time government did something to clean up the streets and get rid of all the illegals.
Yeah, there's a shocker. And yeah, you'd think logically it would make sense to question her about all this, but actually, we have to go talk to Dolores again.
I knew you'd be back. I just never dreamed it would be so soon.
Play it to the hilt, sort of grateful, tell it like it is. To the hilt, baby.
Well, I just came by to see how much longer you're going to be in mourning. if you know what I mean.
Oh, Tex, no.
Scallion. You're just going to have to bide your time a little longer. But it will be worth the wait.
Okay. SF.
I seem to remember Carl mentioning somebody with those initials. It was Sonny. Sonny something or other. Sonny Fletcher. Yes, I'm certain that it was Sonny Fletcher. I think he was a PI. Like you. Although I doubt he was as handsome. I don't know what he was doing for Carl. Well, they're a bit too right-wing for me, but I do agree with many of their policies. Oh, and they have the most handsome and attractive gubernatorial candidate.
Yeah, of course, that is her area of interest.
That's some sort of spy organization. Carl didn't think too fondly of it for some reason.
Yeah, well, they were investigating him, I imagine not.
Oh, I wish I could be of more help. I'm afraid I haven't heard of it.
Okay. Well, now we have the name of a PI named Sonny Fletcher. That is something we can pester Eve about.
I'm busy, Murphy. Make it quick.
Yeah, you're clearly busy sitting here in the dark, clutching your forehead, with no paperwork or anything on your desk.
Older guy. He's a PI like you, or used to be. He has a little problem with the bottle.
And yeah, that, oddly enough and annoyingly enough, is not enough for us to get much in the way of information that is useful from her. What we have to do is we have to go back to our office, start looking up all the names we just got.
What topic would you like us to research?
And we don't have much to go. Okay, now we have Rona Morgan.
A search for information has what?
And we'll search for Law and Order Party and Sonny Fletcher.
What other?
And we will get an entry on all of them. So now we've got, let's go for Rona Morgan first. Born 2002, San Clemente, California. Graduated UCLA, magna cum laude, 2027. Degree in electrical engineering. Joined Gideon Enterprises 2028. Left Gideon Enterprises in 2035 to start her own firm. Died November 2nd. Death deemed accidental by police investigation. The Law and Order Party. Organized 2032 to oppose legal immigration, rising crime rates, and perceived ineffectiveness of the American criminal justice system. Last year's elections resulted in 27 victories for the Law and Order Party, all at the municipal level. Still a political minority, LND has yet to win a state seat, but are gaining public support according to the exit polls. Oh, L and O. Looks like a D. And finally, Sonny Fletcher. Born 1985, Lubbock, Texas. Married Maria Cartagena, 2016. Wife died 2031. 2 drunk driving convictions. Complete criminal record available from SFPD. Licensed private investigator. License revoked twice, but currently active. Last year's tax return claimed an income of under $8,000. 2-year lease on office at 813 4th Street. Expired last month and was not renewed. Current address unknown. So, yeah, since it says we have to check with the police about his criminal records, we can once again go bother Eve. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I'm busy, Murphy. Make it quick.
And now we can ask her about Sonny's criminal record.
Okay, look. Fletcher's had a few DUIs. He's a friend of the Colonel's, and as a favor, we didn't make him do any time. If you can keep that to yourself, I'll call Fletcher's parole officer and let you know where you can find Sonny.
Okay, so now we have an address for Sonny Fletcher.
The address Detective Clements got from Sonny Fletcher's parole officer turned out to be a filthy, vermin-infested motel. It was a dump. And it smelled like a porta potty at a chili cook-off.
Ugh, okay, I get the point.
Sorry. I just couldn't imagine why Carl Linksy would hire a detective who lived in a place like that.
What do you want?
Eager to chat, bearer of glad tidings, on the hunt for clues.
Yeah, I've got some great news. Your parole officer says the cops are almost positive that you didn't kill Carl Linksy.
What makes you think I know Carl Linksy?
Mouth-watering offer, see through the stall, make a reasonable deal.
Listen, Sonny, if you'll answer a few quick questions for me, I'll make it worth your while. What would you say to a nice big plate of Rice Krispie treats?
So, you're PI.
Well, duh. Fraternize, keep things light.
I like to say, brother, takes one to know one. My name's Murphy.
All right. Come in, Murphy. I'll talk to you. Casa es tu casa.
Thanks.
Close the door.
Were you raised in a barn?
Nice place.
Yeah. My travel agent got it for me.
I'd get a new travel agent. Is this your permanent residence?
It just might be. Why?
It's just... It's like you're hiding out from bill collectors or something.
I guess you could say that. Come on! What do you want from me, huh?
I understand Carl Linksy had hired you. At least, before he died.
I had nothing to do with Carl Linksy buying the farm. Bible truth.
The Bible says the truth will set you free.
Oh.
What were you working on with Linksy?
Okay, I guess I can tell you now. It doesn't matter. He wanted me to find some people for him.
Why?
I don't know. Man gives me a list of names and I go to work, okay?
If you don't mind me saying, why would Linksy hire you? You don't look like you're in much condition to be working.
That's low. I haven't had a drink in almost 2 years! Until last week!
I guess you're pretty thirsty by then.
You're funny, man! You're so funny.
Jeez. What are you working on with Linksy?
Look, I just tracked down 2 people, all right? It was a Val Davis and a Rona Morgan. Didn't take me any time. I found out where they were. They were in the ground, and they hadn't been there too long.
Is that when you dropped the case?
Yeah, around there. Look, I prefer not to talk about this anymore, okay?
Okay.
Gracias.
If you could just give me some more information about the names on the list.
I can't remember.
Come on, don't hold out on me. Want a bribe or something? You know that's illegal.
I can't remember. Bible's truth.
Okay, I'm gonna give it to you straight. I'm working on Linsky's suicide, and I just need some information, a clue or a lead, something to keep the thing going.
Wait a minute. All right. Tell me to hang on to it, a bee's up, in case anything happened to it.
Just a bishop.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
Just a warning. You better get off this case right now. Judgment Day is looking for me. Good look for you, too. You better get out, amigo.
I'll keep your warning in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we'll see each other around.
Yeah, maybe. Hey.
I'll shut the door.
I'll go back to my Fonzie impressions. Hey! So, yeah. Funny how all of the big-name actors in this are sometimes the worst about overacting. I mean, between him and Sylvia's drunk act earlier, well. But, yeah, I think this is a good place to close out this chapter. And next time, we will begin investigating what that Bezop means. We'll see you then.